Hello, my name is James Haddo. I'm a colorectal surgeon and a quality improvement leader here at Southern DHB, and I'm the new chair of the Recognition and Response Committee. Thank you very much for your interest in this project. I myself was extremely interested when Tina Gilbertson and Kim Caffel from the Patient Safety Department approached me to be the chair of this, because I've got a background in quality improvement from my training in the UK when I took a year out as a fellow to do quality improvement and patient safety work. And I think this is extremely important work, so I'm very happy to be involved. So I thought I would take a little bit of time just to tell you a little bit about why we're doing this, and also to show you the recruitment process, just so you understand how it's all come about. Many thanks to Kim Caffel, who has helped me enormously in this process, and she will continue to do so as well. So thank you, Kim. The Recognition Response Committee is part of a national project from the Health Quality and Safety Commission that's based in Wellington, and this project, called the Patient Deterioration Project, has been running for about 5 years. It's off the back of lots of international evidence showing that patients will show a deterioration in the 24 hours before cardiac arrest, and that if you put in very good systems around those patients, you can actually reduce their cardiac arrest rate and their inpatient mortality. And it's all using vital signs that we all know already with the early warning scores. And actually in New Zealand, we're very privileged to have a score system that is extremely well validated, probably even better than the UK. So we have a great tool, and we just need to put it into practice. And of course we're doing that in Southern DHB already with the early warning charts and the escalation protocols, etc. But one thing that we've lacked right up until now is governance over the whole thing. It's a committee looking at the process and saying, is this up to scratch? Is it continuing to perform as we want? Do we need to change things? Do we need more resources, etc.? And to continue to monitor it and make sure it doesn't slip back down the line. So what we did, the first thing was we set up this SharePoint site to help tell everybody about it and to collect applications. And an advert went out on the email directing people to this website, which tells them a little bit about what I've just said to you. It was telling you about what we're going to look at, how much commitment it would require, and importantly that we were looking for a diverse group of people. And the reason that we wanted a diverse committee is that diversity performs better. We have less blind spots, are able to represent the community better, and overall it needs to be able to represent everybody who works within the DHB and all the patients that we serve. Down at the bottom then there was an electronic application form which just gave some brief details about the role, where you're based, and a supporting statement and conflicts of interest. And once that was submitted, it came electronically via Microsoft Forms, and also then gave a link for an anonymous equal opportunities form to be filled in. And this was just so we could monitor that we were getting applicants from across the board. So then on to the results. They come down on this spreadsheet automatically, and we were able to read all the 58 applicants that we got. So thankful for all those applicants. I know that not everybody's going to get on the committee. We need a smaller committee than 58, but having lots of applicants meant that we could really choose who was going to be on it and try and get a broad committee. So once we got the applications in, we divided them off into professional group, expertise, location, sector and gender, and from that we were able to produce this analysis. And on these heat maps it shows where our deficiencies are, the white areas. So for example, in professional group we didn't get many ancillary applicants nor GP applicants, and unfortunately we weren't able to appoint into those places just after the mix of everybody and all the things that we wanted to cover. For expertise, there are some white areas, but probably the areas where we were probably wanted to cover but couldn't quite because of the number of the number limitation was maternity and pediatrics. We only got one applicant from each area. But in the end, we think this might be okay because it's a specialist. They're specialist areas with different needs, and so we could commission a project to report into the committee rather than having them on the committee as full-time members. For location and sector, probably our weakest areas was in sort of the rural and lakes area. In terms of gender, we had a good gender split. Actually, in our DHB, we're 75% female and 25% male, roughly. And we also had good coverage of diversity. And that is also reflected in our equal opportunities form, which we also filled in, showing that about 80% of people replied via the email, with a good age distribution, and that gender split, as I've mentioned, with people of all sexual orientations, a wide range of ethnicities and religions. Disabled people didn't declare through the equal opportunities form, but actually did declare through their application form. So once we had people on our shortlist, we wanted to make sure that those people were going to be able to attend meetings, because everybody's not available at the same time. So what we did then was sent out another survey to the shortlistees asking for their availability on these forms. And that was plugged back into the spreadsheet and combined with their applications to give us a heat map of their availability. And then we could identify times which were probably the best, and then people who still seemed to be fairly unavailable, we contacted again just to check. And then that gives us an opportunity to actually take somebody else from the shortlist instead. So that's a roundup of the Recognition Response Committee and how we went about recruiting into it. Thank you so much for your interest and your application. I'm sorry if you weren't successful, but I do hope we can rely on you as an ally going into the future. And as the committee turns over naturally, I'm sure people on the on this applicant list will probably be the first people that we contact to see if they want to step up to the committee. So thank you very much for your attention, and see you in our work as we go about things. Okay, cheerio, bye.